I didn't want to just leave y'all off with just a nice little description of Battleborn and not give you something to watch. So, you know, I'm back here, my lovely self here, on World of Tanks. And I thought, you know, I might as well just give them something to, you know, watch or see or, you know, get a good view out of everything. It's how I am. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take out my M3 medium and probably get my butt kicked here. Not very good with this medium. I'm actually after the Matilda. Little history behind the Matilda was that the Matilda was built to be on the front lines in the streets of the cities, not out in the open. They ended up going over to Africa and ended up getting their butt kicked and brought back to Europe to fight in the streets, and they were more heavily armored for the streets and not for flanking attacks. They have the armor, but not the agility to deal with the incoming hits. The Churchill was then later built and sent down to Africa to help out the regiments down there. Funny little story behind the Churchill, but, you know, that's for another time. Anyways, as we're sitting here in queue. The other one was the KV-1. The KV-1 is my specialty. I know how to use it, know how to take hits, know how to block the hits. KV-1 is more of a, you know, it can eat the bullets, but it can't deal the damage sometimes, depending on what target it's going up against and how many targets are coming after it. Me, I can usually survive to at least about 6 targets before I start fully taking damage. Up to 5 targets is how much I can block. 5 is usually my limit where I can take damage sometimes. If they're really good, less than that, I can take damage. But 5 is usually where the limit comes in and I don't know which way to face, and they're all jumping me from multiple different angles. But hey, it's the glory of World of Tanks. You never know what you're gonna get. You know, it's like Forrest Gump said. My mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And it's true. Life is like a box of chocolates. It's crazy. Or you could always say is, or how do I look at it? Life like seasons. It always changes. There could be summer in one day, winter in the next, or spring in the next, or fall. You know, you could think of it as multiple different things. But hey, in games, you never know what you're gonna get. Like this. It's a nice, lovely long queue. And look, we get the most crappiest map ever. I love this map. It's so wonderful, people. It's just like, not really. Fucking hate it. Out of all the maps in the world, I hate this one. Because you see that nice little black bar in the middle? That bridge. Nobody goes to protect that bridge except my happy-go-lucky ass. Why? Because I know if we take that bridge, we are securing our success. If we don't take the bridge, we're securing our failure. So, you know, it's one of those crazy moments of, let's see if these guys will listen to me and take my advice on it, but 90% of the time, they're not. And as you can tell, team damage is truly taking off.
Loaded and ready.
And for me shooting that already, that was wrong to me. But as you can tell, nobody has taken the bridge. Nobody has taken the initiative to even be in that area. And I'm going to be the only one going over here. So, prepare to see me get my ass kicked. Yay me! Lollipop, lollipop. Ooh la la la. Now see, this would be a perfect position for the KV to go sit in, is to sit in right about here and catch them all off surprise when they come around the corner. But since I'm not a KV and I'm only a very, very light medium, well, lightly armored medium, I'm not in the position to do a surprise attack there, because I could be wrong and there could be nobody over here on this bridge, but I could also be right and there could be a shit ton of people coming around the corner. And I'm not going to take the chance of me being right and me being jumped by not only one light, but two, maybe three, maybe four lights coming around this corner and tearing me a brand new a-hole. As you can tell, they're down there fighting. He's down there fighting the loops. I'm going across the bridge like a crazy boss that I am. And of course I'm spotted by the loops, but the loops seems not to fucking care. And see, like I said, thankfully I'm moving faster than this turret, so I kind of got a little bit more of an advantage on him. But he knew I was coming around that corner because of that Luke sitting there, so he had a better time to set up than the others did.
Ready to fire on target.
See that M3 down there is completely not even paying attention anymore. No, now he is. And I'm dead. Yeah, but I've damaged him enough for the other guys to come in and take him out. Which usually ends up happening, but 90% of the time it never does. Or they'll sit there and they'll cap it out. Which, you know, I don't blame him. But this T-70, as I'm watching, he's going out to see if he can hunt down that little bastard. Nope, he's going after Artie. Mr. T-70, there's an M3 sitting there shooting at you, or not. But you'll get, like, some of these guys that are here to help you, and then you get some of them that will just sit there and cap. Which these guys should have capped. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but they sure didn't want to. They wanted the kills, right? Why not? Use the Scoochie's medal up for grabs. 3 Arties, 1 lane. Well, there was 2 lanes. He said he got one of them, so the Scoochie's medal is no longer up for grabs. Kill 3 different SPGs, you get a Scoochie's medal. And we lost. But hey, it's the glory of the game.
We can't hold on.
It's the lovely gloriness. But you know, it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt, and then it's hilarious. Or did I say that wrong? Did I say that wrong? I think I did. Sorry, I'm looking at packages real quick. Yeah, I'm going after the Matilda, like I said. The Matilda is one of those good tanks to play in, but I'm going to give you a little bit of KV gameplay also between the two. But yeah, in other words, when they went to the 4, they were expecting probably a lesser outcome. I don't know. But what game I think they should truly bring over, due to that it's a brand new game and they may have a better outcome for it. And this is a hint for Wargaming, whoever's watching. For Wargaming that is watching, any mods that, you know, because I know they go through YouTube and I know they see if there's anybody else playing their games. Wargaming, this is a hint to you. I would bring World of Warships over. Yes, it's a brand new game. Yes, you're bringing very popular on the PC. And that's a beautiful hint right there yourself. See if you can't bring it over to the console. Bring it and broaden your horizon within the community that you could end up bringing over. Because everybody's not going to be back on the PC. People are now leaving the PC gaming community. Hate to say it, but it is true. PC gaming is becoming more and more obsolete because the graphics are being outdone sometimes by the consoles, and the consoles themselves are getting a lot cheaper than the
We
computers.
got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let's go.
It's kind of sad that, you know, PC's becoming obsolete because of this. I myself I am an original gamer. I played when there used to be joysticks. For people that don't know what joysticks are, go look them up. Go look up old joysticks, or, you know, go find pictures on Google. If I was able to, I'd put a picture up on the screen, but I can't because I'm not on a PC or I don't have it just yet. But, you know, those were the original days of, you know, gaming, when you had those joysticks, or when you were playing with words, or, you know, Tetris. Oh my god, Tetris was one of the most funnest things to ever play, because that used to be the big thing back then. If you didn't play Tetris, who were you? You know, now you got all these people claiming to be nerds, and it's popular. Back when I was younger, when you were claimed as a nerd, you were an outcast. And you know what? That's what I'm used to. You were a nerd, you were an outcast. You played video games, who were you? We didn't know you. People didn't look at you the same way that they do now. You play video games now, kids are like, oh, cool, what game do you play? Or, what level are you in this? Or, you know, stuff like stupidly. And it really pisses me off that, you know, people are like, oh, cool, you're a gamer now. You know, and they'll consider themselves an OG. Or, as I like to consider it, an original gamer. You're not an original gamer if you sit there and you just started playing. I'm sorry. Or you'll hear people use OG as original gangster, you know, stupid stuff. I hate to say it, but it is. It's a stupid situation that, you know, you hear people say that they're an OG. You're not an OG if you're sitting there playing with games that shouldn't be played with. Or, you know, you're a 10-year-old that has been playing Grand Theft Auto. No offense to people that are 10, you know, watching the stream. But, you know, you really shouldn't be playing those really violent games at a young age. This is why you get these governments saying that video games are correcting. Video games are our only education we got. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but for some of us, video games is the only education. But, you know, that's just something I gotta, you know, put out there. When I was younger, video games was the only education I had. It was the only thing that I honestly knew. Because you go to look at the video games these days, I mean, well, you go look at the education back then. It was, well, really couldn't say it's the only education that I had. Education back then was more of open. But the education now, if you look at it, it's more closed in. Hitler, some of the World War II stuff has been removed. That has been removed from our history books. You got some of the other stuff that happened within our history of the United States that have been being removed. Back when I went to school, yes, that does make me sound old, but I'm 22, and back when I went to school, elementary, middle, and high, somewhat of high school, Bibles were allowed inside school. Praying was allowed at school. We believed in standing up in the morning and saluting the flag and saying the Pledge of Allegiance inside of school, because one nation under God was not illegal inside of school like today. We were allowed to have a moment of silence for the fallen and pray. And you know, that's what I miss. But now you got all these corrupt teachers, all these corrupt people, this corrupt school boards these days that, you know, and these corrupt parents these days. I hate to say it, these parents these days are, you know, getting a little eccentric with their stuff. What stopped it was there was an atheist that an atheist parent that went to the school board and said this kid was offended because he had to say one nation under God. No, you don't have to say one nation under God. You can easily stop right there and not say it. Yeah, of course, you got some of these kids that will sit there and judge you, but you know, that's a lot better than saying what you are against. But the parent ended up taking it too far. Anyways, off the track of World of Tanks. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry. That just, you know, it irritates the hell out of me some days. But, hey, what's new? World's going down in hell in a handbasket. We got Obama as president. You know, look at Obamacare. I'm sorry. That was wrong. That was terribly wrong. But, nope. I'd rather not have Obama as president right now. Yeah. That's another subject you might get me on if you guys type it down in chat, or, you know, if you want to hear about it. But, it's quite funny to listen to. It's my views, though. You know, he's my commander-in-chief. I have to respect him, but doesn't mean I have to like him. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lollipop. And of course, I'm out here by myself.
Focus attention here.
I'm out here by myself again. Probably gonna get my ass kicked. But y'all probably gonna get a laugh out of it. But hey, 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 I wanna be a rock star. Doesn't everybody want to be a rock star these days? I mean, who doesn't want to be a rock star? I mean, think about all the fun things you can do as a rock star. Minus the drugs. Drugs are bad for you kids. Don't do it. But just imagine all the fun things you can do as a rock star. You can sit there and, you know, be up late, sing, get a whole bunch of people, notoriety, you know. Minus the drugs.
Load it up. Let it rip.
Minus the drugs. Minus all the drugs that, you know, happen within there. But it's one of those things that, you know, if you look at them, they started out like something like a YouTuber, a beginner YouTuber, ended up got noticed by a record company, said, hey, we want to see what you're like, come on down. There you go. Or, you know, they sent in a demo or something like that. Or they did auditions, you know, and this is like an audition for me, pretty much, is doing these videos and seeing what y'all would like. You know, I got multiple games, but not very open to many games as of right now because of money issues. But I'll try to get it, please y'all. So, anyways, as we're sneaking around the entire situation of, you know, apparently being the only smart person to take that hill, they lost the hill. I'm now behind enemy lines, and their arties are probably right over this hill.
Vehicle.
Obviously, Captain America. There's only 3 of us left. And we've only killed 8 of them. You know how bad that looks on us?
Look out, enemy spotted. Target locked. Enemy's got us in their sights.
You missed. Fatal mistake.
Another bad guy.
And you know, for me to get back to Cap as of right now would be completely retarded. I'm pretty sure that hill is completely guarded. But
All Allied artillery has been obliterated.
I really don't know. Think I should Cap? Yeah, Cap.
It's up to us. There's no one left.
Obviously, Captain America, it's up to us. Plus, we've taken no damage. Yeah. They know I'm capping. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, I'm waiting for my death. Lollipop. You really think I'm gonna get off cap? You really think I'm gonna get off cap? Just go hunt you down when there's only one on cap and I'm winning. You, sir. Okay, never mind, you win.
They've spotted us. Ready to fire on target. We're taking the enemy base. One of our tracks is damaged.
Well, I fought a good fight, guys. I fought a good fight. I got jumped in the end. Oh, jeez. That was funny. That's very rare I ever lived that long. I still haven't gotten to ×2 on this. This is saddening. Sorry guys, I was looking at some things.
We've got enemies in the area. Take them down or capture their base.
I may end up bringing up Battleborn again. I'm gonna see what that does. See if I can't get him first before I pull it up. But I don't know. I'm gonna finish this matchup and then I'm gonna try and pull it. Try to see if I can't get in. I may be wrong. I just wish that the that if you got to a certain level in that or something, you know, that you'd get the game free. Certain 100 people get the game free. But hey, it's Gearbox, like I said. Not Queen Latifah's land.
Locked and loaded.
Ooh, shy. Shy again.
That's gotta hurt. We didn't penetrate their armor. We barely grazed them. We just dinged them.
It's gotta be that premium
Like we're
vehicle.
shooting spitballs. That's gotta hurt.
He's dead.
Friendly vehicle destroyed. Ready to fire on target. Penetration.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh na. Lollipop, lollipop. Fire again. Hello?
Ready to fire.
So, my infinite wisdom, I'm gonna go try to find the roads. Why not, right? So much fun. I mean, there's no Scoochie medal up for grab, but it would be nice to have a Scoochie's medal. But I think they got that fort held down pretty well. Wow, I got jumped from 2 different sides. Fuck. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this too. I'm gonna see if I can't find a way to get that Battleborn working. Hopefully that I do, and you know, it works, and we can finally play some Battleborn, and y'all can see what it's like for yourselves. So, yeah, it'd be nice to hopefully get it working and not being messed up or funny at all. So yeah, I'm gonna back out of here and I will catch you guys over there.